Blind tasting challenge, here we go. Welcome to PricePlow, this is Mike. So recently on PricePlow, I announced my favorite vegan or plant-based protein powder, VeganMix by AstroFlav. All disclaimers, this product and this product have both been sent for free. Disclaimer again, you're gonna get mad, but I do have a business affiliate relationship with AstroFlav. But Spencer Lynn over at KOS, and I believe it's spelled KOS, K-O-S, they have Cosmic on their website, so I'm going with KOS. He said, hey, I'll take you on that challenge. I challenged anyone. If they would have a better plant-based protein, send them on over and let's do a blind tasting. So right now downstairs, the ladies are mixing up 4 glasses, 2 chocolates, 2 vanillas. I'm gonna spin around on the Lazy Susan. I have no clue which one's which, but I'll probably be able to tell here because the KOS protein has a more, let's just say, a richer ingredient profile. We'll show some B-roll, but it's also got it's got organic coconut milk in here. I'm actually expecting this to be a really interesting plant-based protein powder, whereas VeganMix is more nuts and bolts, pea protein, brown rice protein, and like way fewer ingredients. So it's gonna have like a cleaner, quote-unquote, cleaner profile in terms of more protein per grams of stuff. 29.2 gram scoop, 20 gram protein. Here we have a 20 grams of protein out of a 37 gram scoop for the vanilla KOS. So I don't know if this is a fair comparison, but I said I'd do the challenge, and so here we are. All right, here we go. On the bottom of these, I wrote either an A or a K. You can tell which ones are chocolate and which ones are vanilla. Didn't really think this one through. I don't have a table, but I do have a Lazy Susan in my hand. All right, we're gonna start with the vanillas. Let's give it a spin. I'm gonna grab that one. If I chug this properly, you'll be able to see what letter is on the bottom and I won't. And I had my wife add an ice cube after mixing. Everything tastes better cold. Here we go. Okay, this has got to be AstroFlav. Does it have an A on it? That's a really good flavor. Nothing too crazy or fancy. This is what it's got to be the AstroFlav because I've been using this as like my dairy-free cereal milk sometimes. And amazing vanilla flavor. Nothing annoying. You know it's a pea protein, but it's not like overly like they used to be. I was expecting to taste some coconut milk, and I think that's the KOS one. So I'm guessing KOS is next. Here we go. They actually taste very similar. This one, whatever it may be, is way thicker. And so the KOS one, there's a little bit more aftertaste on this one. The KOS one, I didn't get coconut milk on either of these though. I expected being the second ingredient, KOS would have coconut milk taste. I have no clue. Okay, there we go. First one's way sweeter. I'm gonna say the first one might be, this is weird. Okay, the second one came out thicker. First one came out sweeter and thinner. I think I like the first one better because it's sweeter. It hits the sweet tooth. And the second one is thicker, which a lot of people are gonna want. It's almost too much so. Second one, a little bit less. I'm not looking at the camera too. I can see the monitor. They're both really good. I can see why Spencer sent over this. He knew that this was going to be up for the challenge. I love straight vanilla. I don't want vanilla swirl, vanilla caramel, all that stuff. I'm not using this as a cereal milk. I want regular vanilla. They both stand the test. Where I think AstroFlav, whichever one it is, the first one I drank is sweeter. And I think I may have mixed these up now too. Let's go back to this one. That's the sweet one. More intense. This has got to be KOS. Better texture if you want it thicker. I like the sweeter of the first one. Picking the first one with a thinner, even though a lot of people are going to love this second one. I'm guessing the first one's AstroFlav. And it's a little sweeter. It's going to be a little thinner. There's less stuff in it. You have more protein per gram of actual powder. The second one has more stuff, which I believe the coconut milk's eating up some of the sweetness, which isn't a terrible thing. Not everyone wants a very powerful sweet one. Those are, I mean, these are top shelf protein powders. That's ultimately it. Okay, let's do chocolate. That was kind of painful. All right, which one do I choose first? I can see one of them is darker. Okay, this is probably the lighter colored one. That is not AstroFlav. Okay, this one has almost got like a coffee bean extract in there or something. Like this one's got the botanicals. It's got to be KOS right off the bat. Pea protein. Wow, that's really good. I'm very confident that was not AstroFlav. Let's taste this one. Maybe I'm wrong though. Okay, this second one is a little bit less intense. There's too much going on with that first one. I'm tasting like botanicals. I'm tasting a lot of extra stuff. I have to believe that's the KOS, but I could be wrong. It's sweeter this time. So the first one's always been the sweeter one. The light colored one is sweeter, and it might actually be better, except there's all this other stuff happening. And this other stuff happening is not my favorite. Now, we'll talk about these profiles because there's a lot of extra ingredients in the KOS one. I'm pretty sure this is the K. But I'll be honest, I haven't been drinking a ton of the AstroFlav chocolate because the chocolate peanut butter is my favorite, and the vanilla is my favorite. Chocolate I just kind of got forgotten about. But I do remember it being probably this color. It's more reliable. It's just chocolate. And it might actually be a little more boring of a chocolate flavor, but it's, in my opinion, better. If I was AstroFlav, it's a dark chocolate. The other flavor is sweeter. They have more sweetener. This has got to be, okay, we're gonna unblind these. I need to talk. I was wrong. This is hard. What's going on with this AstroFlav? Is this AstroFlav? I almost don't even believe it. Both times AstroFlav is sweeter. This is the KOS. I like the KOS chocolate better, even though it's less sweet. If you want a sweet, you go AstroFlav. I'm getting a lot of flavor bouncing around in here. With sweeteners or something. There was a lot of stuff happening with the AstroFlav one. on top of the sweetness. It's just a little bit crazier. Let's take a look at the sweet one. Again, yeah, is AstroFlav, the sweet one for the vanilla. So here's what we're dealing with here. Between the two vanillas, I liked AstroFlav better because it's sweeter. Between the two chocolates, I liked AstroFlav a little bit less better because it's sweeter, if it makes sense. So if you're looking for the sweet proteins, you go for the AstroFlav. If you're looking for something that's a little bit thicker, but also a little more tempered in its flavor, then this KOS is an incredible flavor, and I give it actually a draw. Like, I'm into the vanilla right now, so like that cereal milk thing I do, that's gonna be AstroFlav, but the KOS here is actually winning on the chocolate. Now, I almost thought that I tasted like fruits and vegetables out of the AstroFlav chocolate, which was not the case actually. But this KOS, what we have here is we have pea protein, organic coconut milk, and then organic cocoa, and then the flaxseed. You have a whole bunch of stuff. There's added sugar, they have inulin, acacia gum, and then there's a whole organic fruit and vegetable. Then you have the stevia, then you have a small fruit and veggie blend, then you have digestive enzymes, then you have minerals. Now those are so low on the list that I actually don't even think it's gonna be like, maybe you aren't tasting it. I thought I was tasting it and I was wrong. So there's extra stuff in here. Now the KOS is this chocolate, 160 calories, 6 grams of fat, 4 of that saturated. So there's probably a good bit of coconut milk in here. 9 carbs, 3 grams of fiber, 20 grams of protein. So in terms of macros, like if you're really like trying to just jam protein and you can handle the rest of your diet, AstroFlav's cleaner, like quote unquote cleaner. If you're looking for more of a meal replacement, this one's really good. I'm a huge fan of this chocolate here. It was like, you could tell they formulated this like well put together chocolate that really, it flowed together well, especially for as many ingredients there are. The KOS vanilla is going to be 150 calories, 8 grams of carbs, 5 grams of fat, and 20 grams of protein. So you still, in my opinion, all the extra macros were not worth the thickness, I guess. It wasn't that much thicker than AstroFlav, who's using like xanthan gum or something like that too. I don't have to, where's the, AstroFlav is using, so they have a pea and brown rice protein mix plus some pumpkin protein that smooths it out. And then they're using guar gum, not xanthan. It seems like the guar gum is actually working better in terms of thickening it up. It isn't as thick, but it also doesn't have as many carbohydrates and fat. They're both using inulin, if you'll note though. That's interesting, a sweet thickener as well. So that's pretty much the story here. I think it's kind of a draw. I like this. Thank you, Spencer, for sending these over. Thank you, AstroFlav, for sending. They sent an extra tub, and I posted that I was getting low on this because I was making that cereal all the time. I really appreciate it. This was a tougher video to do than I thought, and I came in with some preconceived notions that I was wrong about. Next time I'll just shut up and just talk about the flavors and not try to guess who's who or whatever, because I was actually wrong in terms of the and the chocolates. Overall, 2 incredible plant-based protein powders. I don't think you can go wrong with either one. I think you're in general just gonna have to look at what you are looking for in a protein. Do you want the extra vitamins and minerals and stuff added from KOS? Do you want it to be thicker? Do you want it to be sweeter? In the case AstroFlav is sweeter, KOS is thicker. And then also, I want to get geeky here, KOS is using just pea protein, whereas AstroFlav is using pea protein, brown rice protein, and pumpkin protein. Now the reason you would add brown rice protein to the pea protein, I don't think this is a huge deal. This is splitting hairs. Pea protein has been shown to be basically comparable in terms of actually like building muscle, comparable to whey protein in 2 different studies. So we're not really concerned about this, but pea protein's amino acid profile is a little bit low on methionine. And so to make up for that, you add the brown rice protein, which is higher in methionine, and it helps balance out the amino acid profile a little bit. And then the pumpkin protein is used for the smoothing effect. So they're using a protein here that is actually going to help with the smoothing, where you need less thickeners, less carbs, less fats to be added. Whereas KOS went with the coconut milk, and I'm a huge fan of saturated fat. I'm a huge fan of the MCTs that you're gonna get in the coconut milk. Not knocking on that. It's just 2 different approaches to making a thicker protein that doesn't taste like peas. And so that's what is exciting. Overall, 2 very good products. Thanks again for everyone for watching. And we do talk about the methionine and the pea protein thing, the blog post for VeganMix. We'll link to that in the YouTube description. Long story short, debate here on the methionine is that methionine is an amino acid attributed to growth. It's in like the start codon when we're talking about telomeres and stuff like that. And so a lot of people give it a bad rap because we can grow good things and your body can grow bad things. It's gonna have to store some of the nasties, and that can also spiral out of control, as we know. So a lot of people who are trying to avoid quote unquote growth are going to try to go on a low methionine diet, and that is a possibility. Pea protein actually can possibly support that low methionine diet. Now, in terms of AstroFlav, this is a sports nutrition brand. We're looking usually for growth in terms of muscle mass, good growth. And so in general, we do want to get some methionine. We do want a complete essential amino acid profile. Methionine is one of the 9 essential amino acids. That's the debate over methionine. If you don't want it, then you go more heavy on the pea. If you do want it, you get the pea rice blend, and the rice protein helps build it up. Long story short, the last minute of me talking is basically all splitting hairs. I don't think it really matters that much, but we're trying to make a good smooth protein, and both companies did it with a pretty cool style of in their own ways. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sending these proteins. We'll have to talk more about this methionine if anyone cares.